Dear children, in this video, we are going to see the useful aspects of microorganisms in different fields such as medicine, agriculture, and various industries. We are using microorganisms in our day-to-day life for making bread and curd preparation, as well as in our human body. Intestine also contains some of the beneficial microorganisms. In industries like that, sewage treatment, biogas production of alcohols and wines, and some of the microorganisms are using for the retting and tanning process. In agriculture, microorganisms are used for the natural fertilizers like nitrogen fixation and controlling the various pests. Insect pests are controlled by using the microorganism. In medicine field, various microorganisms are used for the preparation of antibiotics and vaccines. At first, we are going to focus the medicine field. In the medicine field, microorganisms are used for the production of antibiotics. The word anti means against. So, biotics means living organisms. So, antibiotic means the substance is produced by the living organism which is toxic for the other living organisms. The scientist named Sir Alexander Fleming was the first person to discover the antibiotic named penicillin in the year 1928. The antibiotic penicillin was obtained from the fungi named Penicillium chrysogenum. So it is used to treat the disease like tetanus, diphtheria, like various diseases. The antibiotic streptomycin is obtained from Streptomyces bacteria to cure the various bacterial infection like a plague. Now today we have more than hundreds and hundreds of antibiotics we are preparing from many kinds and many different strains of bacteria as well as fungi. These antibiotics are used to control the various types of diseases. Next, we are going to focus the vaccines. Vaccines are prepared from the dead or weakened microbes. The vaccination is otherwise called as immunization. So, vaccines usually we have that from birth we are having some immune system. So, the vaccines are used to boost up our immune system. The scientist named Edward Jenner was the first person to discover the smallpox vaccine. So, he coined the term vaccination. When it is injected to the body of the patient, the body produces the antibodies to fight against the germs. So these antibodies remain present inside of our body and will give the protection for the future invasion of the germs. That means this is called a immunization. For example, MMR vaccine is used to prevent the measles, mumps and rubella. So the vaccine contains the killed mumps, measles, rubella causing virus. The vaccine the disease cause பண்ணக்கூடிய measles, mumps, rubella cause பண்ணக்கூடிய அந்த பாக்டீரியா கில்டு கண்டிஷனில் இருக்கும். ஸோ இது நம்ம பாடிக்குள்ளே வரப்போ நம்மளோட இம்யூன் சிஸ்டம் வில் கிரியேட் த ஆன்டிபாடிஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணி அதை கில் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரெடியாக இருக்கும். ஸோ இன் நேச்சர் கண்டிஷனில் நேச்சராக ஃப்யூச்சரில் நமக்கு பாடி அந்த மைக்ரோ ஆர்கானிசம் உள்ளே போகிறப்ப நம்ம இம்யூன் சிஸ்டம் இஸ் ரெடி டு encounter the particular microorganisms. Then BCG vaccine is used to prevent the tuberculosis. Polio vaccines against the polio disease. So we have various vaccines and now we are preparing the vaccine for the COVID-19 corona also. Next we are going to see the microorganisms in agriculture. At first, microorganisms are used for the natural fertilizers. So they are called as decomposers because they are acting on the degradable wastes. So in this process, the waste materials, plant waste materials, animal debris, everything will be degraded by the microorganisms into inorganic nutrients or nitrates like that. It will be released in the soil. Then the soil becomes fertile in nature. So this compost will be used as a natural fertilizers. Rhizobium, Acetobacter, Azospirillum, Azolla, Cyanobacterium. Then AM fungi means arbuscular mycorrhizae fungi. Then PSM means phosphate solubilizing microorganism. So these are the group of microorganisms they are using as a natural fertilizers. Rhizobium bacteria, they are living in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. So in this leguminous plants, the roots and nodules having the group of colonies of bacteria, Rhizobium bacteria. So they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil nitrate. So this is essential for the growth of the plants. Some free living bacteria also will present in the soil like Cyanobacterium, Nostoc. They also will fix the nitrogen in the atmosphere and they are fixing in the soil, so it will enriching the nitrogen in the soil. So this is called nitrogen fixation. Some of the microorganisms are used to protect the crops from pests. Already we know that pests means the insects or some other organism, they are affecting our cultivating crops. So what we are cultivating, that crops will be affected means that is that organisms are called as the pests. So pests are controlled by these microorganisms, especially Bacillus thuringiensis. So this bacteria, they are helping to control the insects. So then Trichoderma species, it's a fungal species, is used to protect the roots and control the plant pathogens. Then Baculovirus, these are the group of virus, they are attack the some insects like boring insects, like various types of insects. So mostly bacteria, fungi, as well as some viruses also we are using to control the pests. So this is called biocontrol agents. Microorganisms are used in the various types of industries like sewage treatment, biogas production, alcohol production, wine production, redding industries, and tanning industry, like that. First, we are going to see the sewage treatment, the wastewater treatment. Sewage water, or otherwise called as a wastewater, aerobic microbes. That means that organism, they need the oxygen for growing, means they are called as a aerobic microorganism. They don't want the oxygen means they are called as a anaerobic microorganism. Aerobic microbes are allowed to grow the primary effluent. So during the secondary stage wastewater treatment, so then these microorganisms will converted into a that effluents, organic matter of effluents, example nitrobacter species. Some of the anaerobic microorganisms like a methanobacterium, they are producing the methane gas, so that they are called as a methanobacterium. So that also we are using for the treatment of the sewage water. Biogas, or otherwise it is called as the methane gas. The methane is along with some carbon dioxide and hydrogen, it is called as the biogas. Human and animal fecal matters, plant wastes, or broken down by the anaerobic bacteria. Anaerobic bacteria means they don't want the oxygen for their living requirement. So the bacteria's group of bacteria is called as anaerobic bacteria. So they are degrading these waste materials into produce the biogas, that means methane along with carbon dioxide and hydrogen. So these methane producing bacteria are called as the methanogens. So instead of using petroleum fuels, we can use the biogas. This is a renewable gases also. Alcoholic drinks prepared by the fermentation process of yeast, that is a fungi Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The sugars present in the grapes, the grape juices will be fermented by the yeast. The same way beer is also prepared from the fermentation process. Beer is prepared from the rice and barley. So we are preparing some alcoholic drinks as well as beer, like some drinks, wines, we are preparing using some microorganism, especially Saccharomyces cerevisiae, that is yeast. Yeast is called as a brewer's yeast. Some of the microorganisms are used in the retting process and tanning process. The flax plant, that means the jute plants, are tied in bundles and kept in water for immersed to separate the threads. The bacteria named Pseudomonas aeruginosa, they are used for that retting process. The linen thread is made from these fibers. The same way tanning industry, some of the bacteria are act upon the skin of the animals, so make it soft, therefore it will be easy to preparation of the leather products, shoes, dresses, like some products, belt, like this we can prepare. So many microorganisms they are using it for the retting and tanning process. In daily life, we are using many microorganisms for making bread, like a yeast. Yeast is called as a baker's yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, is used to prepare the dough prepared for that bakeries items like a bread and cake preparation, because it contains it produces carbon dioxide, so it makes the porosity. Carbon dioxide gases making the dough will be a very soft. Then chlorella, that is a green algae that is rich in proteins and vitamins, that also we can add it to the dough for the enrichment of with nutrients, the bread with nutrients. Then preparation of curd and cottage cheese. Lactose in the milk will be converted into lactic acid by the lab bacteria, that is lactobacillus bacteria, a lactic acid producing bacteria. So therefore the milk will be converted into curd. So it gives us some sour tasteness. Then the curd will can converted into that cottage cheese, paneer, like that we can prepare in our day-to-day life. Lactobacillus acidophilus that lives in the human intestine. It helps in the digestion of foods and it will be fighting against some harmful disease causing microorganism. And E. coli bacteria is living in the human intestine. It helps to production of the vitamin K and vitamin B complex they are synthesizing is by means of the E. coli. Next, we are going to focus the microbes in food processing. Microorganisms are commonly used for the food processing, especially yeast, bacteria, and mold, that also in kind of fungi. The fermentation process is carried out by many microorganisms. For that, because of the fermentation, they are producing many organic acid, alcohol, esters. So it will help the preserve the food, and it will give the new food products, and it will enrich the flavor, texture of the food products. So the food preservation is two techniques are followed in the food preservation, that is traditional techniques and modern techniques. Traditional techniques of food preservations are fermentation, pickling, boiling, and sugaring. Already we saw about the fermentation. Fermentation means the microorganisms are converting the starch or sugar molecules into alcohol. So it will make the foods are more nutritious and it more consumable. So that is the fermentation process. Fermentation did by the anaerobic microorganisms, yeast, fungi, as well as some bacteria also. Pickling is the method of preserving the food materials into edible antimicrobial liquid. It is two types, that is chemical pickling and fermentation pickling. Chemical pickling in the sense the food is placed in the edible liquid that kills the bacteria and other microorganisms. Examples are vinegar, alcohol, some vegetable oils are coming under the chemical pickling. Fermentation pickling in the sense the bacteria in the liquid produce the organic acid that will be used as a preservation agent. So that is producing the lactic acid due to the presence of the lactobacillus. So fermentation pickling. So both chemical pickling and fermentation picklings are used for the food preservation. The next, boiling process. Boiling is normally we are doing that the liquid food items will be boiling to kill all the microorganisms, especially milk and waters, or we are usually boiling process will done in our home. Sugaring is used to preserve the fruits in an antimicrobial syrup. That fruits such as apples, pears, peaches, plums, everything will be in a crystallized form, so that the product will be stored in a dry condition. So these are the traditional methods of fruit preservation, that is fermentation, pickling, boiling, and sugaring. Modern techniques of food preservation is pasteurization. So it is the process of preservation of liquid food like milk. Usually in our milk packet they denoted as a pasteurized milk. So this method was invented by the scientist Louis Pasteur in the year 1862. Milk is preserved by this method. It is heating up to 70 degrees Celsius to kill the bacteria, and then it is cooled to the 10 degrees Celsius to prevent the growth of the remaining bacteria. So then the milk is stored in a sterilized bottle in a cool places. Then it will be preserved. So this type of preservation is called as the pasteurization. So this is about both the traditional and modern techniques of food preservation. Apart from the food preservation, some of the microorganisms are used for the food production, especially probiotics. Probiotics are the live food supplements used in the yogurt. Yogurt means it is the one type of curd. Very solid curd is called as a yogurt, and other fermented milk products. Example, Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacterium bifidum. So these are the bacterial strains are used to improve the microbial spectrum in the gut. Our intestine contains the beneficial bacteria. So they are contributing to the very beneficial roles. It will decrease the risk of colon cancer, decrease the cholesterol absorption, and prevention of the diarrheal diseases by increasing immunity. Therefore, the probiotic is the very good supplement for the human beings, and it is prepared from many microorganisms, especially lactobacillus bacteria. Okay, children, in this video we discuss the various useful aspects of the microorganisms. Thank you.